8 signs someone is going through a dark phase in life, even if they seem normal on the surface.
Not everyone who is struggling shows obvious signs. In fact, some people become experts at masking their pain behind polite smiles, busy schedules, and carefully curated appearances. Underneath that calm surface, they may be fighting battles no one can see.
Recognizing the hidden signs of a dark phase in someone's life can help you offer understanding, compassion, and support when it's needed most. Here are 8 signs to look for.
1. Subtle withdrawal from social connection. They may still show up for work, answer your messages, or attend gatherings, but something feels different. Their engagement is surface level, and they seem distant or preoccupied. What it can look like: frequently turning down invitations with vague excuses, participating but staying on the sidelines, responding briefly instead of conversing as they used to, no longer initiating contact with friends or family. This quiet retreat is often their way of conserving energy or avoiding questions they don't feel ready to answer.
2. Uncharacteristic irritability or emotional reactivity. Even the most patient, even-tempered people can become unusually irritable when they're carrying emotional pain. Small inconveniences trigger disproportionate frustration or sadness. What it can look like: snapping over minor issues, becoming defensive or sensitive to perceived criticism, expressing pessimism or hopelessness more often, mood swings that don't match their usual temperament. These reactions are less about the present moment and more about an internal struggle trying to find an outlet.
3. Changes in sleep patterns. Sleep is often the first casualty when someone is in a dark phase. They may either be sleeping far too much to escape their feelings or hardly sleeping at all due to anxiety or rumination. What it can look like: mentioning how exhausted they are despite long hours in bed, sending texts or emails very late at night, showing up tired and unfocused, frequently canceling plans because they don't feel rested. While many people have occasional sleep issues, chronic changes can be a sign of deeper distress. 4. Loss of interest in things they once enjoyed. When life feels heavy, even activities that used to bring joy can seem pointless or exhausting. This loss of pleasure, called anhedonia, is a common symptom of depression. What it can look like: giving up hobbies or creative pursuits they used to love, no longer expressing excitement about plans or milestones, saying things like, "I don't really care anymore," or "it just doesn't feel the same." If you notice this indifference over time, it's worth checking in gently.
5. Overcompensating with busyness. Some people cope with emotional pain by filling every moment with tasks and obligations. Staying busy becomes a way to avoid sitting alone with their thoughts. What it can look like: constantly working late or taking on extra projects, meticulously organizing their schedule with no downtime, becoming hyper-focused on achievements, avoiding moments of stillness or reflection.
For secondees, performance is right, their great mashabilities, state of some successes. This outward productivity often hides inner turmoil that feels too overwhelming to confront. 6. Self-neglect in subtle forms. During dark times, self-care often deteriorates. It might not be immediately obvious, but small signs of neglect begin to show. What it can look like: wearing the same clothes multiple days in a row, skipping meals or relying heavily on processed food, letting their living space become cluttered or messy, ignoring basic health needs or appointments. These changes signal that even the simplest acts of care feel too difficult to maintain.
7. Talking about life in hopeless or negative terms. People in pain sometimes reveal their state of mind through the way they talk about life, even if they insist they're fine. What it can look like: frequently making dark jokes or sarcastic remarks about giving up, saying things like, "What's the point?" or "Nothing really matters anymore," expressing a sense of being stuck or broken, dwelling on past regrets or failures. Even offhand comments can be a window into a person's deeper struggle.
8. Expressing excessive guilt or feeling like a burden.
One of the most painful aspects of a dark phase is the belief that you're a problem for others. This feeling of worthlessness often leads people to pull away to protect those around them. What it can look like: apologizing excessively, even for small things, saying, "You'd be better off without me," or I don't want to bother you. Avoiding asking for help even when they clearly need it. Minimizing their own pain to avoid making others uncomfortable. This hidden shame can be as harmful as the sadness itself.
Closing thoughts.
If you recognized these signs in someone you care about or even in yourself, remember it's okay to reach out for help and to check in with compassion. If you found this video helpful, please like, subscribe, and share.